welcome back to the arena. The Senate is voting right now on a procedural motion that could avert a government shutdown. I want to get right to one of the key Senate Democrats that we have been watching all day long, Senator Chris Coons of Delaware. Sir, I'm very grateful to have you on the show. I want to start with how you're voting on this and why.
I'm voting no because this is a terrible CR. It is a Republican-written continuing resolution that will keep the government open, but at a real price. It will continue to empower cuts to things like veterans' health care and the office that delivers Social Security checks to agencies and departments across the government. And I think we should instead have demanded and secured a vote on a 30-day continuation of the government and gone to negotiate the full-year appropriations bills that so many of us who serve on the Appropriations Committee, like me, worked very hard to get past the committee.
Sir, is there not a significant risk, if you are someone who wants to see the government function, as Democrats have repeatedly said that they are, as you have faced shutdown fight after shutdown fight, as Republicans have shown a willingness to do it, is there not a risk here that if you let the government shut down, you won't be able to open it again and that Republicans may take advantage of it?
Yes, that is a real and credible risk. And that's why I respect my colleagues who will vote yes tonight, because we are in unusual times. And the reality is that President Trump, Elon Musk, OMB director vote are already shutting down significant parts of this government. They're acting illegally. Several federal courts have already held that. They are slashing and cutting down things like foreign aid, like veterans assistance, like the office that protects us from consumer fraud. And so they have already been piecemeal going after the government. We can't expect that if there were a shutdown, that President Trump wouldn't make a naked power grab and go after the ability to lay off hundreds of thousands of federal employees. So this isn't like previous shutdowns. This has made it a tough discussion in my caucus, but we are faced with a bad choice and a really bad choice. And that's made for a real vigorous debate in my caucus. Kasie, the thing we all agree on is that Republicans keep moving ahead their proposal to slash Medicaid funding in order to pay for a tax cut for billionaires. Every single Democrat opposes that. And that's what they've been moving on this week. That's what they'll be working on over the coming weeks. And as this year unfolds, voters and your viewers will see that Republicans are willing to slash Medicaid that cares for disabled children, that funds health care, that cares for our seniors in order to pay for a big tax cut.
Sir, you mentioned how difficult this has been for your Democratic caucus, and certainly we've been reporting here some of these moments. There was a very striking one today at the House Democratic retreat where the minority leader there, Hakeem Jeffries, was asked about how your leader, Chuck Schumer, had handled all of this and kind of whether he, well, let me play the moment for you, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Take a look.
Have you lost confidence in him, the fact that you guys see this so differently?
Next question.
Next question. How do you think how Hakeem Jeffries handled that question there reflects the tension between you?
Well, there's a clear difference between how the leadership of the House Democrats and the Senate Democrats came down on this question, but I'll repeat what I just said a moment ago. It's a choice between a bad outcome and a very bad outcome. And as leaders, they respect each other and they understand why they have differences of opinion about exactly how this should have moved forward. Sometimes being a leader means making a very hard decision. And so while I am voting no tonight, and I'm proud to vote no, and I frankly think we should have picked the fight here, I also understand and respect why my caucus leader is voting differently.
And sir, quickly before I let you go, we do just want to note, we're reporting now here at CNN that there do appear to be enough Democratic votes, yes, on this procedural motion to avoid that shutdown. Your reaction?
Look, I'm not going to disrespect my colleagues who see this differently than I do. I'm just going to focus on what unites Democrats, which is opposition to Medicaid cuts, to pay for tax cuts for billionaires. That'll be the thing we are all talking about starting next week. My whole delegation in Delaware, we are coming together at a hospital in Delaware to emphasize the harm that will be caused when Republicans keep barreling forward with their cuts to Medicaid.
All right. Senator Chris Coons of Delaware, very grateful to have you on the show today, sir. I hope you'll come back
Kasie.
soon. All right.